Right now, some Wisconsin lawmakers want to require elementary schoolers to learn cursive, while the State Association of School Boards is pushing back. And Dane County health officials are urging people to immediately stop vaping while they're issuing a warning now.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us. Tonight, the NFL kicks off its 100th season with a big rivalry. The Packers take on the Bears. Melissa Kim is live at Soldier Field with what to watch for. Hi, Melissa.
Hello. Well, anytime you celebrate 100 years of anything, I feel like it's a really big deal, right? So naturally, we're kicking off with the league's oldest rivalry between the Packers and Bears here tonight at Soldier Field. And you can definitely feel the excitement and anticipation here getting to Soldier Field. It took us like an hour to drive 5 miles coming into Chicago today. Now, as for the players, Aaron Jones said earlier this week that he doesn't care if he has to run the ball, he has to catch the ball, whatever. He's just going to get that ball and run it into the end zone. He said he's just ready to play football. And we also saw fellow running back Jamal Williams out here a little bit earlier during pregame, dancing in the end zone, up and down for a good 10 minutes or so, perhaps working on a few touchdown dances. Who knows here? But the big question is, how is this offense going to play tonight? Aaron Rodgers, when he starts games, the Packers are 17-5 when they play the Bears, and especially under the new offense, under new head coach Matt LaFleur. How will they play tonight? That will be the big question. And does not getting those preseason reps, does that really matter for Aaron Rodgers? We will find out coming up a little bit later in sports. We'll hear from the offense coming up.
Melissa, thank you. Well, you probably learned it when you were in school, and now there's a new legislative push that would require your children to study it as well. Rose Schmidt explains why state lawmakers want to require cursive in all Wisconsin elementary schools. Rose?
Charlotte, this is a discussion states across the country are having. As computers and technology become an integral part of learning, does that mean basic handwriting skills like cursive are rendered impractical? Well, this bill's authors would tell you no, but some school districts may have a different answer. The contrast of white scribbly letters against a green canvas may be somewhat of a lost art form.
If you don't lift up your pen.
But ask Kelly Kenzie, and the purpose of this script,
So D is like an A,
is still very much alive.
Cursive has many benefits in the writing process.
She works with about 50 students a week at the Children's Dyslexia Center.
These letters are far more unique.
And about a third choose to learn cursive.
Absolutely has helped some of our students get their ideas down on paper.
It's a basic skill that schools have always taught, and I see it as still being important.
Representative Jeremy Thiesfeld is introducing a new bipartisan bill that would require elementary schools to add cursive to their curriculums.
It's, I think, been an unfortunate thing that schools have turned away from.
Especially as schools encourage learning using computers.
There's been a dramatic reduction in the emphasis on handwriting.
The bill's objective is to have students be able to write legibly in cursive by the end of 5th grade.
And there are wider benefits to it than just simply communication. Like I said, hand-motor coordination, stimulating a different part of your brain, the historical aspect of it.
But the Wisconsin Association of School Boards says it will likely oppose the bill, saying that what to teach in classrooms should be left up to schools. The group also asks whether cursive is more important than, say, learning to code or even reading books.
It's kind of a bridge between.
For children with learning disabilities, Kelly points to research showing it can be easier to write in cursive because the letters are more unique and the pencil doesn't leave the page.
It improves note-taking, and when you write something, it increases the chances of putting it to memory.
But she admits it can be a challenge to go from print to cursive.
The student has to be invested in learning cursive because it is a commitment and it takes a lot of long-term reinforcement.
Reinforcement that starts with pencil to paper or going back to the old green canvas. The State Department of Public Instruction says many school districts teach cursive but couldn't provide any hard data. The heads of both education committees in both houses authored this bipartisan bill, so it is likely that it will get a public hearing when it is formally introduced. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he supports this measure, and we reached out to other leaders as well to find out.
All right, Rose, thank you. Well, a few shower chances tonight and this weekend. Let's check your first alert forecast with meteorologist Dave Caulfield. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Charlotte. Plenty of sunshine on this Thursday, helping those temperatures get back into the lower 70s. It's a good thing The game is in Chicago tonight because the weather in Green Bay is definitely a little bit stormy. We had some severe thunderstorms closer to Rhinelander in the last hour. I do think that thunderstorm activity is going to head to the east and wrap up over the next couple of hours, so really not affecting southern Wisconsin. That being said, we still could see a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two overnight into early Friday morning for southern Wisconsin. Not really much evidence of that right now. Plenty of sunshine still left in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam. Temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s across southern Wisconsin. We'll dip through the 60s tonight with mostly cloudy skies, maybe briefly touching the upper 50s. Highs will be back in the 70s with partly sunny skies by tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about when we can expect those showers to return to the forecast, plus an unsettled weather pattern setting up for next week in your first alert forecast.
New information. Investigators say the wrong man was initially charged in a high-speed fatal crash on East Washington Avenue last month. Madison police dropped charges against 32-year-old Antoine Temple. Police originally thought he was driving the BMW that collided with an SUV, killing 71-year-old Frederick Major and injuring his wife. Investigators found Temple was actually the passenger. 44-year-old Jason Natcone of Oregon is facing tentative charges of homicide by intoxicated use of a motor vehicle and hit and run involving death. Madison police have arrested a man described as Santa Claus, who allegedly stabbed a stranger downtown last night. 63-year-old Barry Boudris of Columbus was arrested on a tentative charge of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. Police say a couple was at a Willie Street Park around 7 o'clock last night when a stranger came up behind them and stabbed the boyfriend in the shoulder. He was released from the hospital after receiving stitches. Because of the couple's detailed description of the suspect that he looked like Santa Claus, police were able to find him at McPike Park, which is close by where the stabbing happened. Boudris reportedly was carrying a soda bottle filled with alcohol and had blood on his fingers.
All we know is that this suspect was intoxicated, and why he did what he did, we don't know at this point, whether it was just something that was alcohol driven or there's something more. At this point, we have no connection.
Fortunately, the victim was stabbed with a small knife only once. Otherwise, this could have been much worse. Police are still trying to find that small pocket knife. If you see it, you are asked not to pick it up, but please call police. A not guilty plea has been entered on behalf of the man suspected in Madison's first homicide of 2019. 58-year-old Lou Jefferson stood mute today in court. The Chicago native faces first-degree intentional homicide charges for stabbing 30-year-old Amanda Woods in the Darbo neighborhood. According to a criminal complaint, Woods left a party to buy cigarettes at a gas station. That's where the two got into an argument over drugs. Dane County public health officials are urging people to stop vaping immediately. Amy Reed joins us live to explain why they are issuing this warning now. Amy?
To date, there are 34 confirmed cases of severe lung disease or damage in Wisconsin that's credited to vaping, and that's just a fraction of the 200 cases being investigated nationwide. Public Health Madison and Dane County said the majority of cases have reported using e-cigarettes or other vaping devices to inhale THC products. But they said using these for nicotine is dangerous too. A health education coordinator for public health said that's because these products are not regulated. So what's on the bottle may not reflect what exactly is in the product. This is important for adults to be aware of, but she said it's crucial for younger people whose brains are still developing.
These drugs do alter a developing brain and can prohibit proper brain development in young people and can make them more susceptible to addictions in the future.
We spoke to a vape shop here in Madison to get their take on what's happening, and they said with how long vaping has been popular, about 8 years, they have a theory as to what's causing this uptick in lung disease now. We'll share that with you tonight at 10. But as far as public health goes, they say while the feds are still trying to figure out what's causing this bout of lung disease, just stop vaping.
New at 6, Racine County Sheriff Chris Schmalling says his department keeps finding large quantities of THC cartridges. THC is the main psychoactive compound in marijuana. Sheriff Schmalling says they think the cartridges are coming through I-94, but they don't know if it's being produced locally or in states where marijuana is legal. According to a recent Milwaukee County criminal complaint, drug dealers are telling police they can make up to $2 million a month selling it. They say each cartridge is a $5 profit, which means they'd have to sell $400,000 a month to make that kind of money. Democrats are introducing legislation to repeal a lame duck law requiring the Attorney General to seek the Republican-controlled Joint Finance Committee's approval to settle lawsuits.
This law just simply doesn't work. And again, holding up settlements, holding up justice in some cases, just because they can, is ridiculous and does not serve the people of the state of Wisconsin.
Since the law has been in effect, Republicans and Attorney General Josh Kaul haven't been able to agree on any settlements. Kaul and the Department of Justice have warned the state could be at risk of losing out on millions of dollars of settlement money if they can't figure out how to move forward. The Democratic bill has almost no chance of being passed by the Republican-controlled legislature. Next at 6, losing a pet is difficult, and a veterinarian in Columbus is doing everything she can to make the grieving process easier for owners who have to put down their pets. And there's more local news ahead. People in Columbus are warning about a man claiming to have lost his wallet to scam people for gas money. What the Better Business Bureau has to say about it tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Loving a pet is a feeling that is unmatched by anything else, and unfortunately our furry friends don't live forever. The death of our pets can leave a heartache that no one can heal. But as Jamie Perez shows us, one vet clinic in Columbus is doing what it can to make that process a little bit easier.
Dogs aren't our whole lives, but they can certainly make our lives whole.
She was a special dog to us, you know, just family.
Barbara Hesselberg's dog, CJ, is 14 years old in this photo. CJ has been a part of her family since she was a pup. But through the 14 years, through lots of love and family photos together, time caught up.
So when she had the stroke, it was we had no choice. We had to take her in.
Hesselberg had to make the choice that no pet parent wants to make.
As she took her last breath, it was really great we could be there. I mean, I can't tell you how meaningful that was.
The grief in losing a pet can be overwhelming, but the staff here at the Columbus Countryside Veterinary Clinic try to heal their patients by going above and beyond.
I'm so sorry for your loss. CJ will be missed. Deepest sympathies, Dr. Bruin. So sorry of your loss of your girl, CJ. Dr. Heather, and I'm so sorry for your loss of CJ. She was a sweet girl, and she will be missed. My sympathies.
A sympathy card signed by all the doctors who took care of CJ through the years. And this was only the beginning.
And it says, many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends leave footprints in your heart. And it's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. And it's just, you know, you'll be in our house forever.
A special memorial unlike any other, a paw print to remember her furry friend.
They're more than just a pet. They're part of their family.
Dr. Carla Twardowski has been a part of this compassion project for years.
A little stamped set ready to go. And on the back, we are honored to send you this impression of your pet's paw. A pet's love is forever. We made it for you as a loving keepsake.
To top it all off, a final note to give back and continue the circle of life.
It says, in memory of CJ, we made a $100 donation to the Abbey Memorial Fund.
The fund goes toward other animals who may need life-saving procedures, whose families may not have enough to pay for. One last act of love in CJ's name to make someone else's life whole. In Columbus, I'm Jamie Perez.
I just thought that was an unbelievable show of compassion.
News 3 Now.
Last month, the Columbus Countryside Vet Clinic was named Business of the Month by the Columbus Downtown Development Corporation. What they do for animals is certainly not going unnoticed. We'll be right back.
Good evening. I hope you had a really nice Thursday. Plenty of sunshine across southern Wisconsin on this Thursday, but that is not the case for many along the Carolina coastline because Hurricane Dorian continues to batter the southeastern region of the United States. And we're looking at a Category 2 storm still right now with maximum winds of 105 miles per hour, that pressure at 964 millibars. But we've seen some very heavy rain throughout the day. Across North Carolina and South Carolina, tornado warnings in spots, storm surge and wind still a major issue. We could see an official landfall in the next 12 to 24 hours or so along the outer banks of North Carolina, but really that doesn't matter at this point. The impacts are going to be a lot more far-reaching than if the center of the storm actually makes land, because we are looking at still some tornado watches right now as we take a look at current Doppler track radar. Some very, very heavy rain already. Some reports of close to 10 inches of rain along the coastline and portions of North Carolina and South Carolina, with more rain on the way. So hopefully that storm moves out sooner rather than later. Doppler track is a little bit active across Wisconsin as well, at least eastern Wisconsin. We've noticed some severe storms actually roll through Rhinelander. Right now, those storms not severe, and it's kind of fitting that the game is in Chicago today, because Green Bay, it's a little bit of a stormier story right now with some thunderstorms moving through northeastern Wisconsin at the present time. We're quiet across southern Wisconsin. I'm not ruling out a quick storm or shower, especially as we head into the overnight hours and early Friday morning. We're not seeing any storms, really not many clouds right now on the Edgewater Skycam in Madison. Today's high 72, so running about 5 degrees below normal for this time of year. High of 70 in Juneau, 73 in Platteville, and 76, one of the warmer spots in Boscobel. We are staying a little bit below normal as we head into Friday and Saturday, and well below normal into Sunday and Monday. Temperatures in the upper 60s for Sunday, with some rain showers possible. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Can't rule out a slight chance of a shower or storm. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Then as we head into tomorrow, we're in the lower to middle 70s with partly sunny skies returning by the afternoon. So on future track, we could see just some blips on radar. Really not going to affect too many of us, but don't be surprised if we do see a few showers overnight. But we will get that sunshine back at least a little bit by Friday afternoon. Then into Saturday, we're starting off in the 50s with highs reaching the 70s, with those clouds increasing on Saturday in advance of that next round of showers late Saturday into Sunday. Unsettled weather for much of next week.
It's almost time for the National Football League. The Packers at the Bears. Will go back to Melissa Kim live at Soldier Field in Chicago in sports. The wait is finally over. The NFL's 100th season begins in Chicago as the Packers play the Bears for the 199th time tonight. Let's go live to Chicago, where Melissa Kim joins us from Soldier Field. Hi, Melissa.
Well, hello there, Jay. What better way to celebrate the NFL's 100th year than with the league's oldest rivalry, that is, of course, between the Packers and Bears. Like you said, this is the 199th time that these two teams will meet. And the good news for the Packers is that when Aaron Rodgers starts these games between them, Green Bay is 17-5 against Chicago. So whatever preseason snaps he didn't take, that doesn't really matter anymore because he and the offense are confident they've done their homework this past week.
I think the whole idea of not getting enough snaps in preseason gets blown out of proportion. I think Aaron said it best, you know, what's going to reflect in this game on Thursday is our preparation leading into the week, not the lack of preseason reps.
At the end of the day, what's most important is what's on the scoreboard. So, I mean, we're going to do whatever it takes, whatever formula it takes, pass to run, run to pass, whatever it takes to get us the win at the end of the day. I'm excited to show everything, running the ball, catching the ball, protection, everything a back does. I'm just ready to play football.
And, you know, everyone is out here and are ready for sure. We actually spotted Chad Ochocinco out here on the field during pregame. If you remember a few weeks ago, he posted a video to social media in actual tears because he was so moved by Devontae Adams' route running abilities. So I guess he's here to see it in real life in person, just like the rest of us, Jay.
Melissa, you know, Mitchell Trubisky's right behind you, so beware there. Yeah. That's Melissa Kim live from Soldier Field in Chicago. Thanks. Well, the Badger football team has its home opener Saturday afternoon at 2:30 against Central Michigan. After a 49-0 win at South Florida, the Badgers are full of confidence.
You know, from an 8-5 season last year, a lot of guys doubted us throughout the country, but we stayed with the program. I think we were going to shock a lot of guys that we came out there, and it played out well. I think overall, I think we played well from special teams, defense, offense. I think we all clicked together as a team.
The Prep Mania High School Football Game of the Week takes us to Oregon, where the Panthers host Stoughton in their Badger South Conference opener. Will be live on channel3000.com tomorrow night at 7. We'll replay that game Sunday at 1 p.m. and next Wednesday at 6 p.m. on TVW. We'll also have 2 other games streaming on channel3000.com tomorrow night. We'll have Monroe at Monona Grove and Baraboo at Sauk Prairie live on channel3000.com, 7 o'clock tomorrow. The Brewers and Cubs have just started their critical 4-game series at Miller Park. St. Louis has already won today 8-0 over San Francisco. And World Cup basketball in China, New Zealand does its traditional haka dance before the game. What does Greece's Giannis Antetokounmpo think of it? Well, not much. Giannis gets the rebound at one end, though, and takes it to the other end. And watch this spin move coming up. Then watch the dunk. Giannis, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Greece beats New Zealand 103-97. The United States beats Japan 98-45. I'd love to do that just once.
Well, you got your new hip, so hey.
That's not happening. I need 3 more new hips before I do something like that, I'll tell you.
All right, final check of weather with Dave.
Yeah, I don't think I'm dunking anytime soon either, so it's okay. But this forecast may be a slam dunk for some of us. No storms, at least right now, there to the north and east, closer to Green Bay. As we head into the next couple of days, we do have some rain chances to look out for, especially on Sunday morning. Temperatures in the upper 60s Sunday.
All right, go Packers. Have a great evening, and hopefully we'll see you back here at 10.